What's going on YouTube? This is Jim Afanis, aka vypermajik, with some discussion today on some of the Destiny events that have been coming out. You know, a lot of people really gave this game a lot of flack, and as you can tell by my YouTube channel, I'm kind of a fanboy of the game, but I'm not going to take it personally. I know a lot of people say they don't like it, there's not enough to do, they beat the game, the story sucks, Peter Dinklage called in his lines, and everything is not what they thought it was, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Alright, so if you're one of those people who just hate this game, stop watching. The people that are interested in this game, they did a lot of new events that they announced a couple days ago back on the 19th of September. And one of the events is actually already over. But the big one that just came out is the Queen's Wrath. And I played this with my buddy tonight, and it's actually really, really cool. So, the Queen, who we don't really know a whole lot about in the story, there's one very brief scene where we meet her at the Reef. A lot of people speculate this is going to be future DLC. I think they're probably right. Anyways, she came along, and there's the Queen's Wrath. Accept her orders and settle new scores. According to the official Destiny website, it says the Queen's emissary is prepared to reward Guardians who extinguish the enemies of the Reef. New bounties will be available, and challenging mission modes await those who prove themselves. So I started digging into this a little bit, and it's actually really, really cool. So, in addition to your normal bounties that you get, which are usually the 6 mission-type bounties and the 6 Crucible bounties, there's now a third row of bounties, which are the Queen's bounties, I guess. According to the official site, take up the Queen's cause. Visit the bounty vendor to accept and complete new bounties to earn the Queen's favor. So when you do these special bounties, which right now there's only 6 and they repeat every day, so that's kind of lame. Let me see if I can find the list of them. Okay, here's the 6 that they have. Defeat 20 Guardians with a scout rifle, headshots. Good luck with that. Defeat 20 Guardians with hand cannon headshots. Really good luck with that. And then some of the low-hanging fruit, the ones I've been chipping at. Collect 200 ether drops from any fallen on any planet, which means just kill 200 fallen and you get some ether. Captains are worth a little bit more, so if you want to rush through that, you could kill some of the harder enemies and earn that a little bit quicker. Defeat 200 fallen with headshots, which is basically farming your favorite zone where no one else is and taking your time with the hand cannon or sniper rifle and picking these dudes off afar. I've had the most luck actually on Venus. As soon as you spawn in on Venus, crack a left, go all the way to the left. There's a giant field with some rocks in the center and a couple buildings that actually one of the caves leads down into one of the missions you have to do. It's where their secret base is at. But there's a pretty good assortment of fallen there. And a bonus to that is there's actually some missions that pop up, which leads me to the next one, which is I had one to defeat the spider tank. So he was right there, he popped down, mowed him down, no problem. I've also seen the defeat Rixus in the restoration mission on Earth and defeat Draxus in the Scourge of Winter on Venus. So there's a plethora of things you could do, the multiplayer stuff if you're really good at that, which I'm pretty good, but I don't think I'm 20 headshot hand cannon good. Or some of the low-hanging fruit missions that you just gotta kind of grind out. Anyways, you do these, you get a little bit of money, you get a little bit of reputation towards the Queen. It's a brand new faction, if you want to think of it that way, in the game. And on top of all the other factions, this is now the Queen's faction. There's a special vendor that's standing on the north end, the north end of the tower, behind the where you turn in your bounties at. It's usually walled off. If you remember playing the beta, that there's some doors that actually opened up on the last day when we got to access the moon mission, and there was some random vendors in there. It's completely empty except for one vendor, and a ghost is on the railing on the right hand side. If you missed him, pick him up. Anyways, you turn these you turn in your reputation there, and it's just like a typical vendor. You could trade it in. There's level 1, level 2, and level 3 gear. So the level 1 gear will give you some perks. It'll help you, the rank 1 gear will actually, you can get the emblem and the shaders, but it gives you a 10% bonus to reputation gain, which is pretty cool. Rank 2, you get class armor, and that gives you another 10% rank. And then at rank 3 is when you get the 267 attack rating guns, which I'm drooling over. I think everyone else is. That's what we're all really playing for. But there's still time to get this, you know. I mean, this event is going on until the 6th of October. So, you know, if you're like me, a sort of casual, sort of pro-ish player, I did 4 missions a day with the Queen, and after 2 days, I started a little bit late, I'm up to 500 reputation. After 1,000, I hit my first level, so it starts to multiply a little bit faster than that, but you should be able to burn this out realistically by the end of this month. I can't see why not if you do that. It took me about an hour and a half each time just focusing on this. And you know what? Again, if you watch my other video on YouTube talking about this, I did say Destiny was an MMO, and MMOs are grinding, and this is grinding, so again, I don't know why the guys at Destiny are refusing to call this an MMO. I don't know what you would call this Queen's event short of grinding. Anyways, in addition to that, in addition to just the regular old reputation gain that you're used to with the other factions that are currently in the game, like Dead Orbit or whatever the other ones are, this one actually gives you, there's a special mode that it pops up on the left-hand side of your screen when you're looking at the galaxy, and it's called the Queen's Wrath Kill Order. And these are level 24 story challenges. And what they'll do is they'll randomly select a level for you to go in. I've seen 2 or 3 different levels now. Some of them are really easy, like replaying the very first level in the game where you have to, not the first level, when you go back to fight, when you go back to get your ship. And then I've seen one even on Mars, so the exact opposite, some of the endgame content or harder difficulty with some of the, you know, the more advanced enemy types. Anyways, they put an elite modifier on here. So these suckers are hard. Now, me and my buddy, I'm level 25. He's 24 plus. We got some pretty good gear. We're actually pretty competent. We're communicating to each other, coordinating attacks, making sure that we have different special weapon colors to take out different colored shield enemies. So we're on top of this. I mean, we're moving through pretty good. We're setting up our fire lanes as appropriate. But it was hard. We died a lot because these enemies have these modifiers on there that will kill you in just 1 or 2 shots. So it's not just the typical standing there and exchanging fire. It's a lot of ducking in and out of cover. It's a lot of flanking, using your grenades to your advantage, using your specials to your advantage. I was playing as my Titan Defender, so that shield was up, that bubble was up as much as it could be. We were using it to our advantage, and I'll tell you what, it was a lot of fun. It was very different. When you complete these missions, you earn a legendary. So as long as you have these kill order tokens, which you get from doing your bounties, at the end of these bonus missions, you'll actually cash in that automatically, and you'll get a piece of legendary gear, which is pretty cool. So a lot of people were complaining, saying, hey, the loot sucks, I got to go to the loot cave to go farm for legendaries, and it's random, and I kick everyone's ass in the Crucible, and I don't get anything, and you know, wham, 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 I'm not getting any gear. Well, I mean, this is pretty much gear handed to you on a silver platter. So if people are actually investing some time in this game, I don't see any reason why you can't be fully decked out in legendaries. Now, of course, the gear drops are random. When I play with my friend, he got the helmet twice. I got the chest armor twice. I actually found a piece of legendary gear that was better than the chest armor. It had 2 additional light on the piece that I already had. But I went ahead and disenchanted it, and I got some ascended material, which was cool. Because, hey, I could use that for other upgrades and that sort of thing. So, why not? And it worked out pretty well for me. I was happy with it. And, yeah, it's not going to get you the ultra uber endgame stuff, but it's going to make you competitive. And at this point, you know, through this, I don't see any reason, again, why people can't get to where they want to be. So I think this is cool by Bungie. This is fun. It's there if you want it. If you don't have to take it. I was surprised that I read that only a small percentage of players are actually in what they call the end game, which is level 20 plus, which I can't believe, only because when I'm walking around the tower, I see a ton of level 20 dudes, 24s, 25s, whatever. So there you have it, just a quick rundown of the Queen's Wrath and my thoughts on some of the modes that they're doing and some of the additional gameplay and special events that's going on. Again, reminiscent of an MMO. I mean, you think of Warcraft and you think of the Dark Moon Fair every month, or you think of, you know, the Midsummer Fire Festival, or, you know, some of the Hallowed Eve or stuff around Thanksgiving. So this is in par with that, and Bungie actually did release on their official website, the DestinyTheGame.com website, they did release a calendar of some of the other events that are going on. So if you're curious about what's going on, I recommend checking it out. They're mixing it up with some Battleground stuff. They have unique... they just finished up the Combined Arms, which was double heavy weapon drops and faster vehicle spawns, which is pretty cool. Queen's Wrath is currently ongoing. We have a salvage event coming. And then we have Iron Banner, which I'm very excited for. Iron Banner is the multiplayer mode where your gear numbers actually matter. So if I have a attack rating 250 gun as opposed to your attack rating 1 gun, I'm going to hit you for more damage than you're going to hit me for. So it's not only multiplayer, but it's multiplayer with your gear. So all the normalization is taken off. I'm very excited for that, especially going to kind of after we wrap up these events here with the Queen's Bounty, rolling right into that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I think that's going to be really, really, really cool, and I'm excited about that. So a lot of events ongoing. This game is far from dead, despite what a lot of people say. I don't see this game being Titanfall-esque. I think this game has a lot more legs to it than that. I don't know why people are so negative against it, but hey, I'm enjoying it. I don't care. I'm going to keep on playing it and having a good old time with it. So check it out. Think about it. Play or don't. It's all your, whatever. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, or do none of the above. It's all cool. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.